2020, August 29th, 15:39 p.m. I've spent the last several days thinking this through, and I'm only partially there, comma. What I've been able to find to determine, period, to process the evidence for, period, is that where Father Franklin wanted to place his Miramont Castle, the original location he wanted to put it, he couldn't put it there for various and assorted political reasons. Where he was going to put it was he was going to put it in a location that would be ratio close to the location. The collection, okay, comparing the Roman Forum plus and minus the other cities of pillars is a good thing to do, comma, because it shows and presents some evidence that the functionality and structure of the concept of Christianity that presents Jesus as some type of a ship or a ark or something to take his people up, those that are saved up in his ship, and then present them to heaven in some way. Well, there's a ship here. There's a ship. Gene Roddenberry fictionally created an ark, a ship, into the functionality of those buildings that he envisioned. Now, if those same buildings are, comma, part of other cities of pillar structures. Now, if you look at the spa building and the park between the spa building and the end of the road, that circular road where the post office is, comma, where you're going to find that the functionality and structure of from the spa building, in front of the spa building is the arcades and that kind of stuff. But before there was arcades there, because there couldn't have been arcades there previous to about 1920 to 1930, there could have been penny arcades, but those were more of short movie theaters, and it wasn't a movie theater. It was you look through a small machine, a couple inch large screen, look down, and you could see a few seconds to maybe 30 to 50 seconds, 90 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes of footage of course, black and white. That's where the first movies were done, is very, very short little things and little few second long things, period. And you'd have a gallery of several dozen of those little machines that you'd have to bend over, and you'd look through, and looking through it, and you'd see the footage on almost a continuous repeat cycle, period. That's what an arcade was previous. So there may have been those things there, period. But it's more likely that there was a City of Pillars where the arcade is, in front of the spa building. So the spa building would be Temple of Venus / Colosseum type situation, and then the arcade that stretches for several hundred feet in front of that that whole, and then there's a park after that. That whole infrastructure would be where the Colosseum and or the City of Pillars that was before the Domus Aurea, and the City of Pillars that was there beforehand, that had been there for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years, whatever period. Now, the spa building, then the park, which would be in effect, that park, would be the boundaries of the Roman Forum, metaphorically speaking. Period. And then you have behind that, you would where the bank is, where the post office and such is now. That's where Father Franklin may have wanted to put his Miramont Castle, which would be where the Capitoline Hill metaphorically would be in a line. And then behind that is pretty close to, ratio speaking, they're different. The distances are different, but ratio speaking, it's pretty close to where the Vatican would be. Which brings up some whole massive amount of interesting information, period. Because General Palmer did not build that building. He rehabbed it, he remodeled it, but that building is not original to him. That building had been in existence for either decades to hundreds of years.